Hello friends, today we'll study a pattern program. This is a program which will generate the given pattern. Pattern program is quite common in the board exam. Most of the paper you will find that there is one program related to pattern. So let us begin our study. The first line, import java.util.star, as we know, imports the classes which belongs to the util package. We are mainly concerned with the scanner class, so we could have also written .scanner, but instead we have chosen asterisk, which is a wildcard character. That means all the classes in the util package has been imported here. Name of the class is Pattern1. In the main function, we have used a single function main. At first, we have declared the required variables, and then we have created an object in of the scanner class. To make the program a general program, we aren't taking a fixed number of lines. Instead, we are asking the user to enter the number of lines. Enter number of lines. The number of lines entered by the user stored in variable n. That means we want to generate n lines of the pattern. To generate this type of pattern, we require three loops. The external loop will determine the number of lines. For example, here we have 5 lines. That means the external loop will iterate for 5 times. The printing, the content in each line is printed using the internal loop j. And for spacing, we require another line. So let us study the program. First, for I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. So if the value of n is 5, that means this loop will iterate for 5 times. This is the external loop, and it determines the number of lines in a pattern. Then we have created two other loops inside the external loop. The first loop will generate the spacing. This loop will generate the spacing. For k is equal to 1, k less than I. This means what? This means that the value of k will iterate from 1 till the number of line. For example, in the first line, when the value of I is 1, this k loop will not work. That means in first line, no space will be printed. In the second line, when the value of I is 2, then for k is equal to 1, k less than 2. That means one space will be printed. In the third line, two spaces will be printed. So we are finding that space is gradually increases as the line number increases. You see, as the line number space increases, the space in front of the pyramid that also increases. Then the j loop, you see, this loop. For j is equal to I, j less than equal to n, j plus plus. Print star. This loop is used to print the actual pattern. For I is equal to 1, that means in the first line, when the value of I is 1, then how many stars will be printed? 1 to n. 1 to n means 5 stars will be printed, 5 asterisks will be printed. In next line, in next iteration, when the value of I is 2, then from 2 to 5, then we 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 4 lines, 4 asterisks will be printed. Similarly, in third line, when the value of I is 3, then 3, 4, 5, 3 asterisks will be printed, and likewise. In both in case of space and in line, we have used print instead of println because we want the printing to take place in a single line. After the end of first iteration, give system.out.println. That means a new line is introduced and the whole process will start for the next iteration. Now, let us execute this program. Pattern1. Compile it. And after compilation, we will run the program. Now let us execute the program. Right click, main. Enter number of lines. Suppose I am giving 5. So here we get the pattern. Thank you.